Pre-recorded with Windows Paint and Movie Maker in front of a non-existent audience. It's the first annual Horrible Map Awards, sponsored by Ridge Wallet. That's it. And now, for your host, please welcome Emperor Tiger Star.
Wow, this microphone is so tiny you could barely see it. Oh, shoot, we're live. Welcome, everyone, to the first annual Horrible Map Awards. It's an honor to be here, and tonight we're going to dishonor some of the worst maps either seen or made in the year 2022. So, unsurprisingly, nobody would want to actually join an audience for an award show about bad cartography. So the audience is a little empty tonight, but I was able to convince a random guy from the alleyway out back to join us tonight.
I was paid to be here.
Now, you may be familiar with this channel series Horrible Maps, and those have consisted of a lot of random bad maps sent by the viewers to be judged on how awfully drawn and or inaccurate they were. But not every map submitted to me made the cut. Nevertheless, I'm going to include maps featured in Horrible Map videos from this year, as well as some of those extras that missed the cut last time. We'll be sure to dishonor detestable geography across multiple categories, while of course leading up ultimately to revealing the worst map of the year. I know we're eager to get started, so we'll get to our first award category for Worst Physical Map right after the sponsor break.
What?
Ridge makes cool metal wallets with a sleek design, and they come in many designs you can choose from. All of your cards are now together instead of lost between a dozen pockets, and water won't ruin it like it can with a typical cheap leather wallet. If you use the code EMPEROR with the link below, you can get 10% off of your own Ridge purchase. So be sure to get a Ridge wallet today. Or if you don't want a wallet, you can also get one of their many other fine products too, like their awesome key case. You won't be disappointed either way. Thanks again to Ridge for sponsoring this video. Now that we're back, we're going to get into the first category for Worst Physical Map. This one is first because almost none of these are ever sent in, but I wanted to feature it anyway because it would be interesting to find more bad physical maps. Maybe it's just harder to have bad physical maps because of how many of them now are just satellites at this point. Either way, I had 2 of them sent to me this year, so let's get to it.
Here are this year's nominees for Worst Physical Map.
And the winner is the desert map. Wow, it's weird when the audience is basically empty. Moving on. Statistics are everywhere, and sometimes you gotta map them out. It could be mapping a path, measuring something, or outlining groups, but sometimes the information doesn't look very pretty. Let's look at the worst statistical maps of 2022.
Here are the year's nominees for Worst Statistical Map.
And the winner is the shipping route map. I guess we'll have to ship them a trophy. Now for the worst political map. A political map doesn't mean like a map involving politics, but rather a map that shows modern political boundaries of nations. The maps that most people are familiar with being the posters on their walls and in atlases and stuff. Let's get to it.
And now, the nominees for Worst Political Map.
And the winner is the Drawing Instruments map. Not gonna lie, I thought the Not Virginia map would win. Oh well. This next category is about maps depicting the world wars. 2 very popular wars make for many potential bad maps. I've probably been sent more bad maps about these 2 events than anything else. There are so many that you'll even see some in other upcoming categories.
Moving on, the year's nominees for Worst World War Map.
And the winner is the National Archives map. Yeah, seriously, guys, you're the National Archives. You can do better. Now, let's go back across the Atlantic for the next category. The United States. I obviously don't have time to give awards for every country and continent's map, but with the United States, you get the additional fun of the possibility of including the 50 states. Sometimes it's just a general outline, sometimes it's all the states, but sometimes it's just flat out unrecognizable.
And here are this year's nominees for the worst United States map.
And the winner is that map with the exploding New England thing. Yes, excellent. Hey, guy in the audience, why are you filling the empty audience seats with printed out maps?
I am surrounded by paper.
Okay, so, textbooks are items you normally think would be held to a higher standard compared to most other books, but sometimes not even an entire team working on a book will notice a bad map.
This category's gonna make you cry. It's the worst school textbook map.
And the winner is the Hatched World War I map.
Hey, oh, that map looking nasty.
Yep, it sure is. And we'll have even more horrible map awards right after the break.
The first annual Horrible Map Awards.
What a beautiful sponsor.
You know, I'll admit, I'm not much of a gamer, but I am quickly made aware of maps from video games trying to depict somewhere on Earth, and it ends up being some of the worst maps I've ever seen. Now, some people say that it's because you need to account for a functional gameplay, and so sometimes you need to exaggerate size or shapes to accommodate that. And my response is, who cares? I want to nitpick the maps anyway.
Here are the year's nominees for Worst Video Game Map.
And the winner is the Crew 2 map.
That map stinks.
I know that the crowd is mostly empty, but I'm certainly applauding. I mean, what on earth? You can zoom in this map in the game. They could have made a scaled map of the United States and it would have worked out fine. I know it's a cheap game on Steam, but come on. But enough of that, let's move on to the next category. Maps aren't only in the second dimension. There are also several globes, sculptures, and decorational knickknacks with maps on them that could be terrible too. Let's see the horrible maps of the third dimension.
And the penultimate award, the worst 3D map or globe.
And the winner is the purse map. Yeah, at least the cooking pan is on the bit that faces down. That purse is getting seen by everyone. Alright, we're about to get to the final award. Worst Map of the Year. One of these maps mentioned today might be getting the second award. Let's find out if that happens.
And the one that you've all been waiting for, here are this year's nominees for the worst map of the year.
And the winner is... that horrible Japan map. How did... I still don't understand how anyone approved of this. Yeah, I can't think of a better winner for worst map of the year. Are you waving the maps in the audience to imitate applause?
Yeah, buddy.
This award show's a disaster.
Get a grip, you can get through this. Yeah, buddy.
Well, I'm Emperor Tiger Star. Thank you all for tuning in to the first Horrible Map Awards.
Thanks very much for tuning in to the Worst Map a Year Awards thing. Don't forget to smash that like button. Smash subscribe. Just smash all the things. Smash some bad maps in the spirit of this show, I guess. I wasn't actually given anything to read out. I just thought it would be funny if I did an outro. Thanks for patronizing Emperor Tiger Star with the patrons. Bye.